Hi, my name is Kat Daly and I'm a certified yoga instructor working with Cuccio Somatology. So today we're going to be working on opening our hips with a hip opening flow. So let's get started and hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start by lying down on our backs. So just find yourself a comfortable position, lying down. So we just begin our practice here. Just make yourself comfortable. If you feel like you have a tight lower back or this isn't that comfortable, draw the soles of your feet in towards your bottom and draw them onto the edges of the mat. And allow the knees to fall inwards here. Just begin to soften the eyes, relax the face, draw your shoulders away from your ears. You just come into our beginning, into our little meditation before we start our practice. Perhaps you may want to place your hands onto your belly with your index fingers and your thumbs touching. Perhaps here you can feel the breath arise. So as you inhale, you feel your belly rise and your fingers and your thumbs draw apart. And then as you exhale, you feel your fingers and your thumbs join back together. Perhaps just noticing or watching your own body's natural rhythm of the breath. Maybe it's slightly different to yesterday or last week, but just noticing and watching your breath enter and exit the body. Now I'd like to invite you to, on your next inhale, take a deep inhale through the nose, filling up through the belly. And as you exhale, in a sigh and release, and just let go of anything other than what's on the mat now. Let's do that again as you inhale through the nose. As you exhale, release any tensions or any worries that you may have, just let them go. Now just continue breathing, whether it's in through the nose and out through the mouth, or in and out through the nose, it's your choice. Just bring the focus and your awareness back to your breath, bringing stillness into your body. So today I'd like to invite you to perhaps set an intention for our hip opening practice today. Hip openers can provide space for you to provide new ideas or explore new pathways, as well as be very beneficial for runners, cyclists, or those that have been sitting down perhaps at their desk or driving all day. So maybe give yourself or set the intention. Perhaps allow yourself to release, be able to explore where your body or express where your body can go today. Not just on the mat, but something that you can take forward and with you for the rest of your day. Maybe just start to blink open the eyes. On your next inhale, you're going to take a full body stretch and lengthen the feet to the top of the mat as you draw your arms up above your head. Coming into that full body stretch here. take hold of your right wrist. As you inhale, you grow tall. And then as you exhale, draw your right wrist over towards the left side of the mat, coming into a nice side bend here. Perhaps walk your feet over towards the top left corner, placing the right ankle on top of left, coming into a crescent moon pose. Breathing into that side body here, feeling a lovely stretching in the right side. Then inhale, come back to centre, release the wrist, perhaps take another full body stretch in, then take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, grow tall, and as you exhale, draw your left wrist over towards the right top hand corner. Perhaps walk your feet over towards the top of your right corner, and then place the left ankle on top of right. Again, breathing into this left side body here. Perhaps trying to release the shoulders away from the ears, release the jaw, but by also breathing deeply into that left side. And then walk out, feet back to centre, release your hands. Come into that full body stretch, and then as you exhale, draw the knees into your chest. Coming into a nice tight ball shape here, perhaps rocking from side to side, giving that lower back a little bit of a massage here. And then from here, you're going to straighten that right leg towards the top of the mat. Keeping the left knee into the chest, taking it, interlacing your fingers around the shins or the knees, and flexing both feet here to engage our leg muscles. As you inhale, perhaps find space, and as you exhale, draw that knee in towards your chest, or perhaps in towards that left shoulder socket if you have a little bit more space here today. As we're in our reclined pigeon pose. You may feel that as well as drawing the knee in towards our bodies, you may want to just find a bit of movement into that hip socket as we just rock the knee from side to side, opening up and then drawing across the body. So just do what feels right as you just try to bring a bit of movement into that hip socket as we begin our practice. And then come back to centre. We're going to draw that left foot up towards the ceiling, so we're going to try and get our foot as if it's standing on the ceiling. And maybe you can have you might have a straight leg, or keep the knee bent, whatever feels right. Remember, this is just the beginning, we're just warming up. And just take an interlace either behind the thigh, behind the calf, or even reach for the ankle if the flexibility is there for you. And again, just like the pigeon, as we inhale, we find space. And as we exhale, we release. And we see if we can draw that leg closer in towards our body. Bringing a lovely stretch across the back of the leg, the back of our hamstrings. And then release the hands. We're going to draw our left hand up the inside of our left leg, taking hold of the inside of our left foot, so just by the left arch. And then release the head and the shoulders back down towards the ground as we take a deep knee bend into that left leg. So the left knee is now on the outside of our left shoulder. And our foot still flexed as if it's walking on the ceiling, coming into our half happy baby pose. Try and ground that right hip down into the earth, so don't let yourself roll over towards the left side. Just take some deep breaths here. Take a deep knee bend here, and then start to bring our foot in towards our bottom. Bringing that left knee back into centre, and then we're going to draw the left knee over our body, over towards the right side, coming into a twist. Take the left hand out so that it's in line with your left shoulder. And try and ground both shoulders into the earth, so that left knee may not reach the floor on the right side. And that's okay. We're just getting a nice twist here and into our glutes, our left glute muscles. Then inhale, draw that left knee back into our chest. And bring your right knee in to join it. So we maybe give a rock from side to side again. Perhaps notice the difference between the two sides. Then extend that left leg towards the top of the mat, keeping the right knee into our chest, flexing both feet to engage the muscles, and just interlace your fingers around your right shin or your right knee. As you inhale, create space, and as you exhale, draw the knee into the chest, feeling a nice opening in our hip flexors here. That's again if you feel like you could go a little bit further. Think about drawing that knee into our right shoulder socket. And then in your own time, start to bring some movement into that left hip joint. And perhaps moving the knee from side to side, opening out towards the right, and then coming over towards the left. Just a little bit of movement here. Perhaps you may even want to put in circles with your knee. Just whatever feels right for you. Just begin to warm up on that right side. And then begin to extend the right leg up towards the ceiling so that foot is standing on the ceiling here. Perhaps interlace your fingers behind your thigh, your right calf or your right ankle. And just inhale, find space. And as you exhale, release any tension. Let go. See if you can draw the leg in closer to you on this side. Perhaps one side maybe you can get further than the other. That's alright. It's just about noticing the difference, noticing how your body is feeling on either side. And then release the fingers as we draw our right hand on the inside of our right leg. Taking hold of the inside of our right foot, so just by the arch of our right foot, and take a deep knee bend here. So your knee is on the outside of our right shoulder, foot still flexed. As we come into our half happy baby onto our right side. Breathing deeply here. Grounding down in that left hip, trying not to roll over to the right side. And then bending in that right knee so that our right foot comes in towards our bottom. Release the hand and draw the foot back in towards the chest before drawing that right knee over towards the left side, Opening our right hand so it's in line with our arm is out straight, in line with our right shoulder. And again, remembering that it's about grounding both shoulders into the earth, so that right knee might not reach the floor on the left side, and that's okay. Just feeling that nice stretch along the outside of our right leg and into our right glutes. And then inhale, draw the knee in towards our chest, coming back to the centre. Draw both knees in and just give yourself a hug from side to side and rock from side to side, and giving that lower back a little bit of a massage here. That's it. Take the hands underneath the creases of your knees and then lift the lower back. Sometimes we can draw forwards and backwards a couple of times, engaging that core, so try not to let our feet touch the floor for a couple of rocks before coming up to the top of our mat. Coming into a seated position here. So I'm going to turn to face you so that you can just see a little bit better. So we're going to ground through the sit bones here, pull up tall, lengthen through the spine. If your knees are slightly high, take a block or a pillow or a cushion or a book and just place it underneath your sit bones, and that may make it a little bit more comfortable. From here, we're going to inhale the arms up high, reaching up to the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold forwards, trying to reach as far forwards as we can, allowing the head to relax. Relax the jaw. That's feeling a nice stretch in the outer hips here. From here, you're going to walk your hands over to the top left hand corner,
Place the right hand on top of left and just really feel a nice stretch along the right side again, excuse me. Just grounding both sit bones into the earth. Breathing into the back body here as we inhale. Exhale, perhaps fold a little bit deeper. And then walk the hands over towards the left side so that we plant our left hand in, and then we can open up our chest, reaching over towards the left side, coming into a nice side bend here. Releasing the shoulders, releasing any tension in our jaw or our face. And then inhale, come back up to centre. Bring the hands to prayer as we exhale, draw them down in front of us. We're then going to place our hands behind our sit bones, behind our hips. And then we're going to inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze up high. We may want to press into our fingers as we inhale, engage the glutes as we lift our hips up towards the ceiling too, opening up the whole of that front body. Feeling a nice stretch on our hip flexors there as we exhale, lower ourselves down towards the ground. Then we're going to swap legs so that our non-habitual, non-normal leg is in front. We're going to ground through the spine, pull up through the crown of our head. So inhale, lift our hands up high. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forwards again. Perhaps shake the head from left to right to make sure that we've released the neck. And as we inhale, perhaps breathe into the back body a little bit deeper. As we exhale, can you fold that just a millimetre more? Release any tension, send the breath to places that make you feel a little bit tight. And then walk your hands over towards the top right corner and place your left hand on top of your right. Again, grounding that both sit bones into the earth. Just feeling that stretch along the left side. And then walk the hand over, your right hand over towards the right side as we peel open our chest, opening up the chest towards the front of the mat. Coming into a nice side bend here. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw and the face. Feeling a nice stretch all along that left side. And then as we let inhale, push into that right hand, coming up to meet up at the top. Place the hands together, and as we exhale, draw the hands into the heart centre here. Place the hands behind you again, so behind our sit bones, fingers facing forwards. And as we inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze up towards the sky, drawing your shoulder blades together. And then if you'd like, press into your fingers, see if you can lift your hips up towards the front of the mat, up towards the ceiling, engaging those glutes. Then exhale, lower yourself down towards the ground. Brilliant. We're going to either roll over our knees or bring the knees round, coming into a tabletop position now. So just make sure that we've set ourselves up here. Make sure that our wrists and elbows and shoulders are in line and our knees are underneath our hips. On our next inhale, we're going to come into our cow pose. So we're going to drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And then as we exhale, push into the tops of our feet, press into our fingers. As we tuck our tailbone under, tuck the chin to our chest, coming into our cat pose. Let's do that again. So as we inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And as we exhale, push into our fingertips, draw those shoulder blades apart, really rounding that back here into our cat. Let's do that one more time. Drop the belly. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, inhale. And as you exhale, draw your shoulder blades apart. Tuck the chin in, tuck the tailbone under, come into our cat. And then come back to a neutral spine here. Tuck the toes under. We're going to sit our bottom back onto our heels, pressing to all 10 fingers. As we lift ourselves, we lift our bottoms high, our hips high into the sky, up into a V shape. Coming into our first downward facing dog. Now if you've got slightly tight hamstrings, Perhaps you do a lot of running or sitting, you've sat down a lot today. Perhaps keep the knees slightly bent here, just so that you can get the correct shape here. Now we're going to inhale, we're going to lift our left leg high. And as we exhale, we're going to roll our shoulders over our wrists. We're going to knee in towards our chest as we step the foot in between our hands. If it doesn't go straight there, hold the foot there, that's it, that's alright. Lower the back knee, but keep the back toe tucked. As we inhale, we're going to lift our hand up towards the sky, that's it. Lifting the chest up nice and tall here. Feeling a lovely stretch along the front right hip. And then we're going to as we next exhale, draw the right hand to the front of the mat, your left hand towards the back. We're going to come into a little twist here. Engage in those abdominals, perhaps pressing into the front foot, grounding the toes into the earth beneath you to help you to balance. Then option to stay here, place the left hand on the leg behind you if you can reach, but avoiding the knee. And inhale, lift that right hand high, coming into a reverse twisted warrior. Alternatively, from here we can press into our toes, lift the back knee off the ground, so build, pressing into that front foot. Feeling that intensity rise in the front left thigh. Bring your left hand towards the back leg, and then we're going to do a reverse twisted warrior here, up high. So the options are there. Feeling a nice stretch in the front right hip, then deep into that front leg. And exhale, we're going to cartwheel the hands, frame the front foot, release the knee, release the toes. Allowing that front leg to have a little bit of a break as we walk our hands back towards our body, shifting the hips back, coming into our half split. So here we're straightening the front leg as much as possible, so it doesn't have to go dead straight. So we're just aiming for that, doesn't mean we have to do it. Lifting the front toes, and as we inhale, we find space. As we exhale, we fold over. Inhale, find space. Exhale, fold over. And then from here, we're going to walk our hands forwards. Frame the foot, and then bring our left hand on the inside of our left leg. Lift up off to that back foot, and we're going to walk our hands round to the right side, so on the edge of the right side of the mat. Tuck our toes, so we're going to turn our toes to face the right side, so we're now pigeon toes, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Shake the head here. Take a little micro bend here so that we're not hyperextending the legs, and as we inhale, perhaps lift the chest slightly. As we exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Getting a lovely stretch along the back of our legs here. That's it. And then take the knee bend here, place the hands on our hips as we're going to roll ourselves up one vertebra at a time, coming up to standing. With our head being the last thing to come up. And then we're going to bring our heels in towards us, and so that our toes are facing 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Inhale, lift the arms up high, knee to breath. Exhale, as we exhale, we're going to bend our legs, bend our arms, coming into a strong goddess pose here. Opening through the shoulders, opening through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades back. Keeping our elbows in line with our shoulders, our fingers splayed, and really deep bend into our legs. Try not to let the knees fall in, pressing into our little toes. That's it. Keep breathing here, even though the fire is building in our legs. And then, as you exhale, straighten the legs. Draw the arms up wide as we inhale, knee to prayer. As we exhale, we're going to bring the arms up wide. Bring the toes facing forwards again, facing that long end, and begin to fold forwards into that wide leg forward fold. From here, we're going to walk our hands towards the back of the mat now, so our right foot should be in front. Lower the left knee down, keep the right toe tucked. So just check that our knee and our ankle are in line with each other. And as we inhale, we're going to lift up high. Let's lift up to the ceiling. Stretching with those fingers, growing through the spine. And as we exhale, release the shoulders, release the jaw, release any muscles in our face. And maybe release or send our breath to that, maybe that left front hip. We're feeling it's quite intense here. So this time press into our front toes, ground through the floor. As we exhale, we're going to draw our left hand forwards and right arm to the front of the mat. That's it. So in our reverse twist. Option to stay here or to place our right hand onto our leg. Lift our left hand high, going into a reverse twisted warrior. As we strong here, breathing deeply. Alternatively, if we wanted a little bit more strength today, let's push into our front leg, lifting up our back knee, and then we're going to place our right hand along the back of our leg, trying to avoid the knee as we lift our left hand high, taking the gaze to our top fingers, pressing into that front leg. And if you wobble, that's okay. And then exhale, cartwheel to frame the front foot. Bring the left knee down, tap the toe. We're going to shift our hips back, walking our hands back towards us, lifting those front toes. So you may find one side is slightly different to the other. Maybe your front leg can get a little bit more straighter on one side than the other. And that's okay, it's just about noticing. As you inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold over. Now walk the hands forward, so we're going to place it in the inside of the right foot this time. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and then we're going to walk hands again over to the long side of our mat. Toes facing forwards as we come into that wide forward fold again. As you inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, see if you can walk the hands back to being in line with your feet. See if you can fold closer in towards your thighs. Take a bend at your legs. Place your hands on your hips as you roll yourself up one vertebra at a time, coming up to standing. And then turn your feet so your heels are in, your toes are tending to. As we inhale, lift the arms up high. And as we exhale, we bend in the legs, bend at the knees, draw the shoulders towards each other, keeping a bend at the elbows, keeping the chest out, knees over your toes, don't let them draw in, coming into our strong goddess pose. Your inner goddess, let her out. Deep breathing here, perhaps on every inhale, you find space to exhale, bend a little deeper into this pose. Keep breathing, bear with me. And then on your next exhale, begin to straighten your legs. As we inhale, lift the arms high. Then as we exhale, bring the toes facing forwards. We're going to fold forwards, hinging from the hips, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Walk the hands round to frame the front foot. And then step back into plank, lifting up your downward facing dog. Fantastic. Perhaps notice the difference between this downward facing dog in comparison to the first one that you did. And then inhale, let's lift the right leg high. As you exhale, you're going to draw your shoulders over your wrist, draw the knee into your chest. And then you're going to step your foot to the outside of your right hand. So literally right on the end, on the outside of your mat. That's it. Lower the back knee and tuck the toes. As we come into our lizard pose, so option to stay here. Perhaps if you've got blocks, you may want to rest your elbows on the blocks here. Or even rest your elbows onto the floor. We're just going to take a couple of moments here to breathe into this stretch as we really come into a nice intense hip opener. As you exhale, release any
tension that you may have in areas of the body, perhaps send the breath there. Perhaps if you're on your elbows, you may want to release, open up the right sole of the foot and draw that right knee over towards the right side a little bit more. And then wherever you are, come back, bring your hands up so that you're onto your hands. Tuck the back toe under, lift the back knee. We're going to press into our hands as we lift our right foot off the ground, and then place your right knee behind your right wrist, and then draw your right ankle behind your left wrist, and then just slide your left foot towards the back of the mat, setting ourselves up for pigeon. So walk the hands up into the body. As we inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, we can fold a little bit over that front leg. So either placing you can either stay on your hands, placing it onto a block, coming onto your elbows, or even stretching all the way out, coming into a forward fold, allowing your forehead to touch the ground. So wherever you are, just find that place, find that right balance for you. So just going to hold it for a couple of breaths here. Feeling that nice stretch in the outer right glute, right hip. And if this is a little bit deep, perhaps you might want to place a cushion or a block underneath that right hip, just to help you here. And eventually, in time with practice, you'll be able to move that out. So there's some options for you. And then on your next inhale, begin to walk your hands into the body, lifting the chest. Tuck the back toe under, press into all 10 fingers. As you inhale, step the foot back. Push your hips high, coming into your downward facing dog. And here you may notice the difference between the two sides. Perhaps even feeling the rush of like the new blood around the right leg. Perhaps you can feel the blood circulating that right foot. And then as you inhale, draw the left leg high. As you exhale, roll the shoulders over your wrists, bring the knee into your chest. And then bring the left foot to the outside of your left hand, so just on the outside of the left side of the mat. Lower the back knee and tuck the toe. As we inhale, lift the chest. And then as we exhale, we're going to come into our dragon pose. So option to stay here, coming onto your elbows, whatever feels right for you. We're just going to take a couple of moments here, pressing into those fingers. Perhaps it's different on each side, and that's okay. Just try to make sure with your alignment that your ankle is underneath your knee. Perhaps even opening the left sole of the foot, drawing that left knee over towards the left side. Maybe even just taking your left hand and gently opening that left knee over towards that side. And then place the sole of the foot down if it's up. Place both hands onto the ground, so you untap the back toe, lift the back knee, press into all 10 fingers, lift that left foot off the ground, and then we're going to place our left knee behind our left wrist. Our right ankle is behind our left ankle is behind our right wrist, and we're going to slide our back foot towards the back of the mat, setting ourselves up for pigeon on the other side. Now you may find that the idea is not to try and you do not need to, have to get your
front leg parallel with the front of your mat. If you can, that's great, but you do not need to. And then inhale, lift the chest up, walking the hands in. As you exhale, we come to a fold on the opposite side. So whether it's up onto your hands, up onto your elbows, or even folded all the way down. Just come into the point that's right for you today. Again, using props underneath your left hip if you need to, if you feel like you need a little bit of support here. And just come into this pose. We're just going to hold it for a couple of breaths, deep breaths here. Using that exhale to release, let go, explore where your body can go to today. And then walk the hands into the body. Tap the back toe under, press into all 10 fingers. Lift the back knee as we push our foot back and lift our hips high, coming to down facing dog. Just perhaps walk the feet out for one last time. This is your last downward facing dog of today's practice. And then take it. And then bend the legs. Look at your fingers as you slowly walk your feet up towards the top of the mat. Coming into a forward fold here. Releasing the head. Taking the knee bend so our chest is close to our thighs. And then just slowly bend the legs all the way down to a squat position. Walk our hands behind us as we slowly lower our bottom down to the ground. Bring our arms out in front of us as we lower ourselves from here, pressing into our 10 toes. We're going to lower ourselves down so we're lying on our back. We'll count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just relax here. Bring the knees into the chest. Perhaps give yourself a hug and rock from side to side, just lower, relaxing that and massaging that lower back. And then bringing the arms out wide, so we're in our aeroplane arms, our hands are in line with our shoulders. And as we exhale, let's roll our knees over towards the left side. Perhaps either keeping the gaze up towards the ceiling, or maybe you want to take the hand a little bit more of a twist and take a gaze at your right hand. Inhale, roll the right leg up, followed by the left, up to centre. And then draw over towards the right side. Taking that gaze again over to the opposite, if that feels right for you. Just begin to slow the breath down. And inhale, draw both knees back into the chest. So we come into our final Shavasana, so draw the legs to the top of the mat. Bring the arms down by their sides, palms facing outwards. As we inhale, let's take a deep breath all together. As we exhale through the mouth, release, let go of today's practice. Just come into your final pose. And if you would like to have a longer Shavasana, please feel free to stay in this posture and just pause the video.
start, if not, start to deepen your breath here. Perhaps start to bring some small movements into your fingers and your toes. And then inhale, reach the arms, coming to a full body stretch. Reaching from the top of your fingers all the way down your spine through to the top of your toes. And then as you next exhale, roll over towards your right side, perhaps bending the legs in towards the chest, and just take a couple of moments here. And then when you're ready, push into that left hand as you keep the eyes soft as you come up to a seated position at the top of your mat. Grounding through the sit bones, drawing tall through the spine, through the crown of your head. And then as you inhale, draw the arms out wide. Reaching up above your head, meeting in prayer. And as you exhale, bring the hands downwards, gently flickering open the eyes. Bring the hands down to heart centre. Take a moment to thank yourself for your practice today. And then bow through your practice. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for a hip opening practice today. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you at another video soon.